Welcome to Smoke Tech, and today we're going to look at one, two, three things about a simple mobile phone or what we call a button phone motherboard. And it has taken me some minutes to make this video to help the upcoming technicians understand some of the basic components of a motherboard. Being a good technician, the necessities of being a good technician is understanding the components of the motherboard. Definitely you should know that, or it is a must. You ought to know the components on a motherboard to be a good technician. So this is a simple motherboard, very simple to understand. Let's dive into the motherboard and see. So whatever I'm touching, that is the what we call the battery connector. It possesses 3 terminals: the positive, the middle terminal, and the negative terminal. So that is the negative terminal, that is the middle terminal, and that is the negative terminal. So the middle terminal is responsible for sending battery data to the CPU of the phone. So that is why sometimes you can get your phone notifying you that maybe the battery temperature is too high or too low, and the phone will shut down. So that is the functionality of the middle terminal. That is the charging port. As you can see, let me zoom it. It is a 5-feet component. This metallic thing just beside the earphone jack. In the front part of the charging port, you'll see there is a switch, or what technicians call cross switch. So from the switch, current flow direct to the charging IC, the component below the CPU. I'll touch it next. That is the switch. That is the switch. Current flow from the charging port to the switch. The black component to the switch. Let me zoom a little bit so that you can be able to see clearly. There's a component. So I said current flow from the charging port through the switch to the charging IC. So that is the switch. That is the charging port. That one is the charging IC. You see, that one is the charging IC. So current flow from the charging port to the switch to the charging IC. The component I'm touching right now is GSM and the ground. Those are the what we call network terminal, and the component just above them, the 6-feet component, the black component, is what we call the network IC. So by understanding those network terminals, you can be able to boost or solve various network problems in this phone. And the ground is all over this motherboard, every goldish part. This one, when you come to understand to use the continuity or the buzzer mode of a multimeter, you'll be able to understand that all over this motherboard, almost everything is a ground. So whatever I'm touching now, whatever I'm going to next is the brain of this motherboard. As you can clearly observe the motherboard, okay, I managed to remove the heatsink. That one is the brain of the motherboard, or what you call the CPU of motherboard, responsible for almost everything in the motherboard. Beside it, that one is what we call the IC crystal, is responsible for powering on this brain or the entire motherboard, because if that one is dead, the phone can't even power on. So those ones are very basic. Those ones are the line slot. So we have line 1 and line 2, and the TF slot, or the micro USD card slot. So those two are, that one is a micro USD slot, and or memory card slot. So just beside the memory or the brain of the motherboard, we have this component, the small component, the golden one. This one I'm touching right now are the capacitor, but these small black ones here are resistors. So those ones, filtration, resistivity of current within the motherboard, those are the components that deal with those such functionalities. And if you can observe closely, even on some outlets, still resistors are present. One thing that surprised me with this motherboard is that some components like the speaker and the motor are out. of this of the motherboard, and they are connected on the some, what you call, out you call them, fibers. Yeah. So what you can see, that is a VBAT and a VCharge. A VCharge. So understanding those dots, you can be able to follow up breakage of maybe power. That one is a 11 pin screen of this phone, and you can see some components that are connected on the so-called fiber, instead of direct on the motherboard, just like other phones, but they're connected on this fiber. Thank you very much, and probably I'll see and explain more in the next video.